Are there any constituency statements by honourable members? I call the member for Forrest.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I'm really pleased today to talk in this chamber about Margaret River resident Charles McCartney, who contacted my office around 4 months ago. And Charles had a really unique request. As members of Parliament, as we all know, sometimes you work so hard to help people with the issues they come to you with, and sometimes you can help them and there are other times where you cannot. But in this instance, I was able to help Charles and his family. He had a really unique request. He wanted to know what had happened to the many plaques that had adorned the walls of Princess Margaret Hospital in Perth. The Princess Margaret Hospital has recently closed down and the new Children's Hospital has taken its place. Well, Mr McCartney, Charles, is 87 and he had a very special interest in the plaques because one of those plaques had his daughter's name on it. Charles and his wife Verna passed away around 4 years ago, had 4 sons and then a precious little girl they named Christine Jean. This was the little daughter they'd always wanted. But unfortunately, on the 16th of June in 1967, little Christine escaped from the yard in Dianella, ran out onto the road and was hit and killed by a truck. She was 2.5 years old at the time. The Save the Children group, Verna was a member of this group, called and rallied around the family, as did many other locals. Collectively, they raised enough money to contribute to the building of a playground at Princess Margaret Hospital and then the brass plaque made to commemorate little Christine. It hung on the wall at PMH until the new hospital opened in Perth. I was keen to help them and we wanted to find an answer. After many phone calls between my office and the WA State Health Minister's office, all the plaques were in storage with no time frame as to when or if they could be put up in the new hospital. Charles decided he would like to have his daughter's plaque returned to him, so we requested that this be done. We worked with the State Health Minister and we asked for the plaque to be sent to our office where it was cleaned and polished. And Vicky in my office did an extraordinary amount of work with Charles, worked very closely with him. This was very precious to him. I personally delivered the plaque with Vicky. It weighs between 8 and 10 kilos to a very grateful and emotional Charles at his home. 7 of his grandchildren and great-grandchildren were present as well. Mr McCartney intends mounting the plaque on the wall on a wood backing and position it under the veranda of his Margaret River home where he's lived for 19 years. I'm very pleased for Charles.
I thank the member for Forrest for her contribution.